Guess who lost £5 this week? Yeah. In total, that's 12. £12. Oh my god! I can see the difference, you probably can't in this angle. But yes, £5 this week. Oh my god, buzzing. So that's a £12 loss in total. Amazing. Even better, I have to lose £1 more to be into the next stone bracket down, which is just a psychological boost. And I have to lose £2 more to have lost a stone. So it's like, yeah! Ha. I should have probably called this the coffee channel, shouldn't I? Maybe. What worked this week and what didn't? Let's talk about that, shall we? What worked for me this week was meal planning. Definitely meal planning. Planning my meals, having them up on the fridge, sticking to that. There was one night we just twisted them, but that was the meals, that's what I bought, that's what we had. And it worked perfectly. Knowing that what you were coming home from work to do was either make that, or if Mike was home before me, he would make it. Worked perfectly. Along with that was drinking. Drinking, as you've seen, and if you know me in real life, you know, coffeeaholic. Drinking plenty of fluids has helped dramatically. My coffee cups I measured out are 350 mils. My water bottles here, with my diluting juice in it. Drinking, and averagely I'm drinking between 3 and 5 litres a day, give or take, depending on what I'm doing. I obviously seem to be able to drink more at work, but the kind of job I'm in, I'm talking a lot. So normally it's easy enough to just drink a bottle in the morning, a bottle in the afternoon. I found keeping my protein up, making sure I have at least aiming for 100 grams minimum of protein per day. I think when I look back through my meals, I'll probably be able to show you that mostly they kind of sat about, well, it started about 50 and then went up to about 90, and then there was some days it was over 100. The days that I was over 100, definitely the best days, the easiest days, no issues with hunger. And time restricted eating, I fast for at least 18 hours. I have my evening meal when I come home from work. I finish at 6 most nights, 3 nights a week. So Mike has the supper ready that night. Normally by 6:30, if I'm working, that's it. I've ate my meal, I'm fasting. If I am on a day off or I'm on a half day, supper time's normally finished by 6. So I hit the timer on my app. I use the app and it times my fast. I've just gotten back into the habit of using it, and it's a lot easier because it tracks it, and not just hours but minutes. So sometimes it might be 17 hours and 58 minutes. So then I just look at my plate for another 2 minutes. I do find that's easy for me. I've never been an evening snacker. I know a lot of my friends have a problem with snacking in the evening. It's never been my issue. My issue would be mid-afternoon would be my tipple time. But yeah. You'll notice on my days off or my half days, it tends to be mid-afternoon. I'll have something like an apple and peanut butter. Whereas at work, I have nothing. That's what worked for me this week. Let's talk about what didn't work for me this week. What didn't work for me, I had a meal out with lunch, with work. It was lovely, really nice. And normally I would have been having whatever, plus chips. I went to that cafe. The only salad kind of option they had was, it was a fish restaurant. So obviously the salad had crayfish and stuff in it. I don't like fish, as you will find out soon enough. I really don't like fish. So the salad was out of the option. So I just had a bit of sourdough. It came with some crisps. And I noticed instantly, once I'd had that carbs, I came home from the meal, took the dogs out for a walk, and I could feel the need. And it was just like, that's ridiculous. Hence, I had a load of cheese, a load of grapes, and it seemed to settle it. Also, when I added it up, my protein yesterday, the day of the meal, the day of the meal out, wasn't great. It was only, I think I only finished about 60 or something. And I could really feel the difference with that little amount of protein. The hunger pangs came. So that's the only things that really didn't work for me. I haven't introduced any exercise apart from the dogs. But I've had the dogs anyway. But I've got Apple Fitness. but I haven't been in the garage and done any workouts as yet. What is my plan for the week ahead? I have done my menu. It's up on the fridge. Here's my meal plan for the next week. It starts on Sunday, hence I put the line. And I've got main meals and I've also got things in for lunch. Let me show you what we got today. Asda's just been delivered. Here's the protein sources for that menu plan. We had one substitution. This was supposed to be vegetarian steak for Mike, but we'll figure out how to make it work. Got some greens, pizza for Marcus, that'll go in the freezer, some mixed veg for one of the biryani recipes. These are my absolute favourite. They're quite low calorie as well, and I give them 20 grams of protein. Other protein sources for me, and this one here is actually for the cats and dogs. I've got mozzarella, that's for a recipe, and I needed some block cheeses to top up. Fruit, we're only really having bananas occasionally. I've still got some left from last week. Protein bagels, I have got ones in the freezer, which I'll do a separate video on them. Potato scones, that was my son's request. New potatoes, me and Mike had a tin last week and it was really fine to have just a wee side of something carby. So that one of them between us would be more than adequate. A stir fry for one of the recipes. This was obviously the very expensive bit. Olive oil. People will start robbing houses just to get olive oil soon. Obviously that was a lot of money. Condiments, we needed a wee top up, and lots of sparkling water this week for putting into my diluting juice. So that was about £130 with the cat food. I plan again this week to do my time restricted eating for at least 18 hours. I find 16 to 18 hours easily doable. I would really like to lose £2. £2 would take me to be able to say I've lost a stone. It would take me down into that next stone bracket. So I'm going to go easy on myself and say £2. I do plan to continue how I have been this week. So my calorie count sits normally anything from 890 to 1200. Tend to be in that window. I think last week I had 3 days below 1000. So I class them as fast 800 days. They maybe were 930 or something, but anything below 1000 I class as a fast 800 day. So I had 3 of them. The reason I know that is because I use MyFitnessPal and I input that, and when you look back on the log, that 3 days are the 3 days it doesn't save your data because it says it's not a safe amount of calories to eat. But I log everything on MyFitnessPal and I will continue to do so, and I keep it really honest because if I'm cheating, I'm only cheating myself, haven't I? I need to maybe think about increasing the exercise. This is heading into this was week 3. So but dieting is 80% food, and the food is my problem. I need to get the food under control, then I can really start adding in the exercise. It's how I did it the last time. I ended up doing the Couch to 5k, but it wasn't right to start because you've got so much going on, trying to master the food, trying to master just getting on top of that. So that is my plan. My plan though, however, I have my Apple Watch. I have it on all the time. I want to this week try and work on making sure all my rings are closed. It's normally doable. I think I do it most days. Maybe tomorrow, Monday, is my day off. It might be a wee bit harder because it's easier at work to get your steps in and close your rings. But that's my aims for this week. So let's see how it goes. I feel I'm in the zone at the moment. And I'm being very, very conscious to stay in the zone. I know that this kind of way of life isn't sustainable all the time, long time, and I'm quite sensible about that. But for the moment, let's continue, and thanks for watching, guys. Really, your support. I've had messages from YouTube, I have messages on Instagram. Your support is so good and it just keeps me accountable. It keeps me on track because then I have to come post a video, post a picture, post a daily Instagram picture of what I've had to eat and my calories for the day. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you could, it would help my channel, and I will see you next week. Maybe some shorts in the middle.